We're all watching to see what happens in North Korea because the stakes for South Korea, for Japan, for China, Russia, all of its neighbors are so grave, and for the United States as well. There's a great mystery out there right now. What happens in North Korea next? Kim Jong-il was the leader. All of a sudden, he has what the North Korean media described as a massive heart attack and dies. We assume that the youngest son, Kim Jong-un, eventually will be the successor, but by all accounts, he's not ready to take over yet. The ramifications could be significant. We don't know much about the youngest son of Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un. We don't even know his exact age. We've seen his chubby little face over these past maybe 2 years or so as his father was grooming him for succession, but he hasn't made a whole lot of public statements. He has made appearances. He never really served in the military, but they did give him a 4-star general rank to give him credibility and clout. There's been some talk that his uncle will serve as a regent, but for all practical purposes, the military will be in charge, the generals will be in charge, and they have a lot of experience, and we'll see what happens. They have a deeply entrenched, closed society. The only country from the outside that really has any access is China, given China's support for North Korea. And the reason the Chinese have been so supportive is that there are about 25 million people who live in North Korea, and they don't want millions of those North Koreans crossing into the border as refugees and flooding China. That would be a disaster for China. So China does provide support to North Korea. The tension between North and South Korea has been grave ever since the Korean War in the early 50s. It was a major war, and that war technically is still in effect. There's a demilitarized zone. There was a truce, an armistice, but that war is still technically in effect, and every few years the tension goes up to a new level. The North Koreans have a huge military, a million-man army right to the north of the demilitarized zone with South Korea. They've got the short-range, medium-range, long-range missiles, and they have a nuclear arsenal as well. So if Kim Jong-un were to want to prove himself and show that he's tough, he could do so, but I suspect they will try to calm it. A lot of us thought there might be an opening in April of 2012 when they were going to have enormous celebrations of the 100th anniversary of the founder of North Korea, Kim Il-sung. And they were going to invite a lot of foreigners to come in and watch the celebrations. And that might have been an opening to see a little bit more of North Korea. What happens now as a result of the death of Kim Jong-il is anyone's guess.